I don't know you, but I was clueless. I had no idea what business even was. Absolutely nothing.
In a way, I follow you.
I can use my brain to figure out a complex thing and break it down into simple steps.
Resilience and grit, and keep on going until you fail and start again.
It comes from my innate laziness.
I can trust you in every possible way, and I've always trusted you.
Building an online business coming from a job, it's possible. My wife and I have done it, and now our online business is generating multiple six-figure a year. But my wife told me, you always knew it was going to work. Now it feels like after so many years that we know how to build it again, but what would you do? What would you say to your younger self to speed up the process if you could go back in time? And I wish I could, because we could have ended up right here way earlier. So if you are working on your side hustle and you are still working on a job, you want to make your online business fly, listen carefully, because this is what I would tell myself if I could go back in time.
My question is, did you know how to business right from the beginning? Because people say, oh, you knew it all. You knew how to put together a business.
Well, I can tell you what I knew. I knew how to build 3D models. I knew how to create spaceships and explosions and environments with incredible details, because I could create all this stuff with a computer. But I had no idea what business even was. Absolutely nothing. I don't know you, but I was clueless. This is how I started. I was like, okay, this is my plan. Hear me out.
Hear me out. I'm listening.
I heard about this YouTube thing. We're gonna create videos. I'm gonna study YouTube. We're gonna make it lots of subscribers in the first, I don't know, few months, few days, whatever. Well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. And then we monetize the channel, we live off the ad revenue, and we're gonna be rich as influencers, or whatever they called it nowadays. Yes, that was my business plan. I'm such a guru.
Such a guru. So obviously you said you said it. We didn't have a clue of what we were doing. We kind of just started it. People say, oh, you were lucky. There is an overnight success. Things just happened for you overnight. So my question, I think, it really is, do you think that luck and overnight success exist? Or did you have to really work for it, to research, trial and error, for how many years until you actually seen a result? Because I find sometimes in people that try with doing ballet, they say, oh, after the third day, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I'm not flexible. Oh, I don't get the splits. But you go, some people are naturally flexible, but it doesn't mean that they know how to keep their leg up to the ears. Some others might be a little bit less flexible, which means that it's going to take them a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Some people take 3 months, some people take a year, some people take 3 years to actually understand something. But obviously, a discipline like ballet doesn't take 3 days to learn. And it bugs me when I hear people say, oh, I'm frustrated because I'm not learning. I find it the same as, with any physical activity. I think business, in a way, has that physical activity kind of mentality of resilience and grit, and keep on going until you fail and start again.
Well, so think about this. When we're young, we go to school. For how many years?
Many.
Right. And we're okay with it. There's no question about it. Oh, I'm not a genius in first grade. Of course not. Right?
Unless you're Sheldon Cooper.
Unless you're Sheldon Cooper. In that case, you're brilliant. But if you're not Sheldon Cooper, like many of us, it takes time to get to the degree you are aiming for the career you're aiming for. Even when you get the job, you don't get executive the first day. The first job is never that. It's something that allows you to learn, and everybody's okay with that. If you get out of, we've got a guest. So if we go outside the spectrum of school and career, many people get discouraged for everything in just a few days. I want to learn a new instrument, I want to learn a new language, I want to learn a new discipline. Everything needs to happen right away, and something I don't really understand, because you've gone through school, you know how long it takes to actually learn something. You've probably have a career, it takes time. Why is going to be different for anything else?
How is a business different from that?
Business is just anything else. If you want to do anything decently well, you need to put time and repetitions into it. And in business, it's even more difficult because you need to invest lots of time if you don't have money. But even if you have money, you need to invest lots of time to try and see what works, especially if you haven't gone to business school. Probably in business schools, you don't hear from millionaires, which is what it's possible nowadays with the internet.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there because obviously you're talking about this work and you're talking like a person that has gone through battle, all right? You're still battling because that's the thing. It's like you're always constantly battling. But if you had to go back, like I did with my channel, how would you help yourself? What would be the very first step that you would say to your younger self and say, do this. This is the very first step.
Well, first of all, I would ask you why you want to do that. I want to know what is your driver. And if you're going to tell me it's just because of the money, I'm going to tell you you're never going to succeed. I would try and evoke some emotions in you, because until you have that fire burning in you, nothing is going to be accomplished. For us, it was like that. We were so frustrated about so many things. Our lifestyle that we wanted to change, the income that we wanted to have because we wanted more, the freedom of not having to go into a cubicle every day or having to train 8 hours a day in a theater and destroying your body, all of this kind of stuff. That was our driver that also made us think, okay, it cannot be just for the money because I have a job. I can get money. I can be well paid. I need something more in my life. We needed to mean something. Our actions needed to mean something. I personally, like you, we wanted to serve people and save our younger selves, help them achieve the life that they wanted, like we wanted to do that. I would ask them why. Why do you want to do that? And if the why is good enough, I will ask you, what are you great at? And if you don't know, ask your friends, ask your parents, ask your colleagues. You need to know what you are amazing at, because that's your starting point. You know, when they tell you work on your weaknesses, I think it's not very useful, because it's so much better, in my opinion, to work on your strengths and improve those, because they come natural to you. And that's when the good foundation for business can happen, when you are working in your zone of genius and you shine and you help others with your talent and your wisdom and you're willing to change the world.
So pretty much you're telling me that everyone has got a superpower, right? Yes. Everyone has got...
It's got the potential.
It's got a potential. Those superpower are what we take for granted.
For sure.
If you had someone that came to you and said, I don't know what my superpower is, how do I find it?
That's why I'm telling you to ask somebody else, because you're not going to see it right away. But as a general rule, it's all of the stuff that you consider super easy. You have no idea how many people will give you money to learn, or for you to do that very thing that you're great at that they don't want to do that and they have no idea.
So what is your superpower? You don't need to ask me what your superpower is. I think I've told you quite a few times.
So I came from the visual effects background. So I knew how to do 3D. But I couldn't use that superpower to do a YouTube channel, right? But doing 3D wasn't the only thing I was doing. I was managing the team. I was organizing myself. I was breaking down complex systems. And that came easy to me. I realized that's a transferable skill. I can use my brain to figure out a complex thing and break it down into simple steps. So I can come back to you and say, listen, this is step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do you get it? Yeah, I think I can get it. Perfect, let's start with 1. I think I want to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 first. No.
Which is what I usually do. This is why we work together. This is why I say you always see the matrix. So it's almost like you see how things are going to happen. In a business, you do need someone like you that knows how to take every single step, and especially how to stop someone like me that loves to create and to come out with ideas and new content and new courses. Even though I'm frustrated when you say, no, we're not going to do that, yeah, because we need to finish this, yeah, we cannot move forward to 7, 8. until we finished 1 and 2. So you need someone very analytical and very organized, because that's what I love about you, is the fact that you have a plan. Every time that we do something, you have a plan. In a way, I follow you to say, okay, I trust you completely, 100% in what you see and how you do it. And that's what I love about you, is the fact that I can trust you in every possible way. And I've always trusted you. I needed someone like you in my life to kind of give me the right direction and how to put everything that I have created in my creativity, give it a sense of purpose, give it a sense of order, which I absolutely adore. So thank you so very much for that.
I think it comes from my innate laziness.
Is it? You're lazy?
Yes. Very lazy, and that's why I want to have a plan, because I don't want to waste time. If I need to put some effort into something, I need to know what the steps are and not get lost in the middle of the way.
He's the kind of person that literally, if you don't put a specific tool in the right place forever, yeah, and the moment that you move it like 5 centimeters to the side,
can't see it anymore.
Lost forever, and you just go, it's just 5 centimeters. You should not do that.
My brain is so limited. I can only store a few things, so I've got rules.
You can only do one thing at a time.
I can just remember the rule, and everything else follows the rule. I don't have to think about it. It's a great way of living. Oh, we are so cute, aren't we? I think we deserve a like on this video if you liked it. And if you also want to know the steps that we took to create a 5-figure-a-month educational online business, wow, that's a mouthful, you can watch this video right here when I explain everything to you. No, it's okay. Oh my god, I forgot what I had to say. Well, I didn't. Did I? But this intro doesn't make any sense. What? No. Probably not true. Scrap that. Yes. Hang on. Let me do it again. Educational business. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No. Scrap all of that.